Welcome back to Watching Business Incorporated on Channels Television. We'll head to the markets now with Anite Edet. Anite comes in with a red market this afternoon.
Yes,
from a red week.
Exactly. Second week of September. And let me also bust your bubble with this red number. The last time I checked, which is just a couple of minutes ago, this figure is barely standing at 96,000. What I saw was 96,059 points.
So most likely we may lose 96 at the close of trade, except a miracle happens anyway. A
miracle. And don't forget that last week we saw about 3 trading sessions, but all at the same time.
3 negative trading sessions?
Yeah, more than 83.5 billion loss and 0.15% down for the market. But so far the market is still in positive territory at about a plus 29%.
That's for the year.
That's for the year. So it's still fair value for the
for the market, not the naira, please.
No, not for the naira. No, we'll talk about the naira, particularly for the expectation for the week. Okay, now look at the intraday numbers for markets across the African continent, where we always start from the home front, Nigeria, the all-share index of the benchmark index of stocks listed, more than 170 stocks listed on the exchange, down 0.31%, and then that's the last track, which is about an hour ago. So these numbers, they still change until the final number comes out at 2:30. And for the other side of the market, JSC all-share index 0.55% in the green, and barely standing at 81,815.81. And for the other markets on the continent, Egypt as well as NSE, you see two sides of the colors here. One closing on the positive side, while the other, as at Friday, was at in the red, 0.14%. So far, Nigeria's stock market has been able to, in the midst of all of this downturn, it still has been able to hold up against its peers on the continent so far. But let's see how that how that performance, because we're actually in the last month of the third quarter, which barely 3 weeks from now we'll be crossing into another quarter, which will be the final quarter, whether Nigeria's stock market will be able to maintain its status as one of the best performing stock markets on the African continent. Well, we'll get to see how that turns out. Now, let's talk more about the Nigerian stock market, where we saw that's the first week of September, where we saw the market being in the red, 0.15%. But at the same time, we also saw that a total of 2.14 billion shares valued at 51.22 billion were traded in the first week. And then, of course, at the same time, that number was slightly lower by about 2.82 billion naira. But at the same time, we also saw domestic participation of investors there outpacing the number of foreign portfolio investors there. And to give us a glimpse and much more analysis on that, why that has happened, let's bring in Abiodun Adedotun, equity trader with FBN Quest, to give us that details, as well as intraday market numbers and other factors to consider on the market. Thank you for joining us, Abiodun.
Good afternoon.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Victor.
Okay.
It's good to be here again.
Okay, nice one. Okay. So can you tell us? Last week we saw 3 positive trading sessions, but at the same time, the market still ended in the red. Now, why is all of this happening? I know that it's the start of September.
Of course, I think quite a number of market participants attributed to, a lot of activities that happened in September. On the retail side, it's school fees period, you get some form of part liquidation or part termination, you understand, to be able to fund parts of consumption activities that is ongoing right now. But more importantly, investors have actually been on the sideline looking at what's happening in the markets, and especially the banking sector, which apparently has attracted the biggest buzz in the face of this ongoing recapitalization exercise. So the first flyers among the banks that rolled out their offers, Zenith Bank is closing today. Of course, GTB, Access, FCMB had closed their offer. Fidelity had closed their offer earlier. So investors are on the sideline looking at what is going to be the direction of these lenders going forward, and the impact of the dilution or the dilutive effects, you understand, of this recapitalization exercise on profitability going forward.
Okay, Abiodun, I think because of time, we may just have to leave it there, and of course, take our focus on how the market will close. So thank you so much for your time on the show. So that was Abiodun Adedotun, an equity trader with FBN Quest. Now let's take a look at what to expect before we go to other sides of the markets that's on the Middle East. But let's take a look at all right, so before we go to what to expect on Nigeria's financial markets, this is how the markets across the Middle East are trading. The sentiments across board, it's a sell-off across the markets on the United Arab Emirates. The Dubai down 0.29%, while the Abu Dhabi index is down 0.92%, almost down by 1%. Now, let's see on the other side of the market. The Tadawul on Saudi Arabia is down 0.13%, and the Qatari Stock Exchange down 0.02%. Now, we're talking about financial markets expectations for the week. This is what to expect on Nigeria's stock market. We'll be talking about the dollar making its pressure on the Nigerian financial markets against the naira. The dollar has been bashing the naira left, right, and center. The naira is currently at about 1,006 in one part of the official market, and almost that amount on the other side of the official market, which is the NAFEX. We have both the NAFEX and the NAFEM. For the money markets, like I mentioned about the naira is expected to depreciate further in the near term. For the stock market, we're also expecting mixed trading, mixed sentiments, whether in the bullish side or on the bearish side. For the treasury bills market, we're expecting that at the primary market auction, which will be carried out on Wednesday, that's about more than 161.88 billion naira worth of maturities will be rolled over by the Debt Management Office. And then, of course, the NBS is set to release, first of all, today, the foreign trade statistics, as well as the total domestic debts report, which Nigeria's debt is currently put at more than 121.67 trillion naira for as at the first quarter of this year. So, Ini, that's it for the market.
Yeah, thank you so much, Anita, and for that outlook for the week.